Okay, in our last step, we had pinned on the front facings. We have our piece of bias binding, which is about 1 inch wide, and we have our second facing on. So now what we're going to do is machine all the way around with our 1/4 inch seam allowance, carefully around the neckline, getting a nice curved edge. So we're going to get a nice soft curve on the 2 outer edges of our facing. So start and finish with a good secure stitch. And take your time as you stitch around. Try and avoid sewing over pins. Keep your 1/4 inch seam allowance as you work around. Now as you come towards the top, take it nice and slowly. Needle down, pivot slightly so that you get a nice soft curve coming round the corner here. And move along then, and a 1/4 inch down as you sew around by the collar. And remember, you are sewing through a couple of layers of felt, so take it nice and slowly, and just make sure that there are no that everything is lying nice and flat as you go around. Just check as you go around. And particularly watch around the shoulder seams. And you're coming around again now to the front facing again, where you're going to get a nice soft curve. And down the final. Lovely. So now we'll just check that everything is in order, and that's looking good. Excellent. Okay, that's okay, so that looks absolutely fine all the way around. Now there's a lot of bulk here, so you need with a good scissors to trim that down. And when you trim it down, you're going to turn in a 1/4 inch, and it's going to enclose all of that. So you're actually going to take that, trim that down quite significantly here to get rid of a lot of that bulk. Much less than a 1/4 inch you're going to have around that. So take it down in layers as opposed to trying to cut through the whole thing in one piece. Watch the corners here. Trim them down quite well, so that when you turn it round, it's going to sit nicely for you. So trim it down in layers as opposed to trying to trim down the whole thing. And just be patient and take your time getting round to that. Be careful of the back seam where you have that lot of bulk from the collar and the pleat in the back. Okay, so I'll leave you with that for a few minutes and come back to you.